I'm excited to share this recipe with you because who doesn't love a crispy, cheesy, and just an overall perfect homemade pizza? And most importantly, my Lebanese grandfather complimented my dough, and even he said it was good, so we know this is an authentic feedback. To make the dough, you're going to add warm water and sugar to a bowl to activate your yeast, then add the remaining ingredients. Now, this might seem like a long process, and honestly, the majority of the time, the dough is resting on the counter. You knead your dough for 5 minutes in the mixer. You let the dough rise for 30 minutes. You'll use a stretch and fold technique by stretching and folding your dough, and then allowing it to rest for 40 minutes in between each time. A container like this will be very helpful. You can look up the benefits of this technique, but for me it really improves the texture when stretching the dough on the pan and just the overall taste of the dough. You can use the dough the same day, but I prefer for the dough to rest overnight. I think a well-rested dough just tastes dramatically better. When you're ready to use your dough, you're going to remove it from the fridge and allow it to sit on the counter for 1 hour for it to come to room temperature. You can divide your dough into as many pieces as you like, but this recipe makes 3 medium pizzas or 2 large. So I divide my dough and stretch it onto a floured surface with my hands. You can use a rolling pin, but with the texture of this dough, it's not necessary, and you can save the bubbles in the dough. It's important to choose a dark pan when baking pizza. I'm not a scientist, but dark pans help the dough become crispy on the bottom and gives the edges color. I oiled my pan well and I stretched the dough on it. Now we are making a 3-cheese pizza for an elevated flavor. I freshly grate my Parmesan, Pecorino Romano, and I add shredded mozzarella. I mix them well, set it aside, and then I use local and small batch sauce to make my pizza. I personally prefer my pizza to be very saucy, so I add my sauce and cheese all the way to the edges. I have a true and tested method of how I bake my pizza in my home oven. I preheat the oven to 450 Fahrenheit for at least 20 minutes, and then I put the pan at the bottom rack all the way to the bottom for 12 minutes. Then I remove it and put it at the top rack for 10 minutes. And then if the top needs a little bit of a broil, I broil it for 3 minutes. Remove your pizza from the pan and put it on a clean surface to cut it into the desired amount that you want. I'm really happy that I got to share this recipe with you. Please follow me for more recipes as I grow this blog. Thank you.